go. Yo, Dexter Longac here. I'm here to make this video. It's just a quick rant video and then an update video on my channel. It's gonna be a one take. I'm gonna like edit this not as much as possible because I'm trying to actually take this YouTube thing seriously now. And I am going to I'm gonna take this YouTube thing seriously and I wanna make it more raw and I wanna lay down the foundations before I go and make myself a channel trailer for like the millionth time and I go get public my unlisted videos that I'm for some reason embarrassed of. I'll talk about it at the end of the video. Today I'm gonna talk about the rants. And these rants mainly, some of them have to do with content creation. One of them is kind of unimportant, but I'm gonna sit down right now and I'm gonna talk about them. So we're gonna go down my rants. My first rant mainly has to do with communities, specifically online communities, and how I don't like them. And even if I'm gonna take this seriously, I'm not gonna condone to them. And most of this really just stems from content creators making Discords and Reddits and places like that to talk with their fans. The most I would do is just make a Q&A. And back then I know you could do that through Twitter, but now that YouTube has a community page and you can post stuff on there, that's where I'd probably do the Q&As if I ever got like bigger eventually. But yeah, I'm not trying to have all that. Well, all that mess. Especially through the Reddit stuff. Reddit, like honestly, after years on the internet, I'm starting to I can confirm now that Reddit wouldn't be the greatest idea, and nor would Discord either. It doesn't also have to stem with weirdos. It also has to stem with notifications, because the one thing that like really ticks me off whenever I was in another content creators Discord back in the day was that like people would just be talking in the general chat all the time. And I would always just look at the notifications in the channels and be like, oh, I'm going to check him so I know that it's nothing important. But it's just a hassle. It's like, it's worse than a job because you're not going to get paid for doing it. And all you're going to do is just, in the general chat, it's just mostly people arguing. And that stuff just sounds bad. It's just a bunch of trash. All right. The next part, this is the unrelated part to content creation. It's mainly just milking cool pieces of entertainment. This stems from many things to like TV shows, movies, books, comic books, those types of media that people enjoy for like mainly through their stories and their storytelling. And I mean, so I'm starting to realize there's this one show that's using a genre and using some taking the tropes and turning the genre into more of a realistic tone and making it seem like making it like a secret like expose on like exposing Hollywood and celebrities. And the problem with that show is that I think like the first season was fine. The rest are kind of very suspicious if you go back and watch them. But the most important thing to take away was that show is now expanded into multiple franchises. Now has 2 official spin-off shows, and there's probably going to be like 2 or 3 more, which sounds really weird, even since the show's about to get into its season finale. But as far as I'm concerned, that was just one example. There are also multiple examples. I'm just saying like spin-off shows, they're very dime a dozen. All of it just seems like a lightning in the bottle. But that's it. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to brand myself, even as a content creator, to talking about pieces of entertainment. So I'm going to leave it here because I don't want to make my YouTube career sad just talking about pieces of entertainment all the time. So the next thing I'm going to do, this was not the angriest rant, but it's more just a concerning one about content creators being exposed for doing bad things. And that there's a certain level of irony, especially with jokes where people would talk about, content creators, whenever they become big or they reach a certain amount of subscribers and they go do bad things. the most concerning part about that joke is that those content creators that were exposed for being big and being exposed for doing bad things most likely would have done those terrible acts before they were even like big. So it really wouldn't matter what you would say, because it feels like all their actions, from what I've seen, all their past horrible actions were all like premeditated even before they became famous and well known into whatever in the online interwebs. But all I'm saying is that does like make me realize that, especially like if there was like a tip that you give to content creation, it's like you actually gotta be like not like a piece of crap, not a freaking terrorist. Like you don't want to be you can't like trying to entertain people online or online watching your content that you create or whatever you do is very different. Or just creating content online in general seems to be very like, it's really hard to put into words, but let me state. I say trying to entertain people with creating content online does not have mixed match with like being a criminal and like, I don't know how to say it. It's like doing like a Breaking Bad. Like you can't be like or I don't know, like you can't be a drug lord, or I don't know, you can't like just be doing crime and then expect to like live like a happy life, since like it always doesn't lead to good things, like because it's a very, I'm gonna say voyeuristic or very taboo exploitations that will get you in trouble. Like it's just a bunch of karma. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that stuff. I can't really focus on it, but one thing I could say is that like you gotta be more conscious like of doing content creation, like especially if you're gonna take it seriously. Don't I could recommend like not to be so aimless or not to be so reckless when either becoming not just a content creator but like just as a person as well. This is a quick little edit to my premeditation point on content creators being exposed, and mainly saying that the premeditation on the content creators willing to take that action, that horrible action, before they become famous, mainly proves that they're mostly irredeemable people. And that mainly also just stems that people who do those who make those bad actions, and that that you can't help them, they have to actually just help themselves. Like they're very unsavable. You can't help those people, and you shouldn't ever help people who can't help themselves, especially if they're doing bad things. And it's for your own safety as well. And I think those are the only rants I have. I think another thing was probably like doing what was it called? Collaborations. Because they'll really like collaborations don't seem like something I definitely do in real life anyways. Like the only time I would do one is if it was like somebody I knew personally, but that's like probably it. Oh yeah, another thing is conventions. I think that was my last rant to knock this video out is just, I'm not a big fan of conventions anymore. When it comes to conventions, I wouldn't do them. And this mainly stems from VidCon, since it's the only thing related to YouTube. Like I wouldn't do it now because it just doesn't seem like anything, especially for other ones like TwitchCon, Comic-Con, any other conventions. It just seems like a big waste of time. But it's not like the biggest rant in this, but that was just something I wanted to put out. I wasn't not a big fan of it. But with that being said, last part is I'll be making videos here on YouTube. I'm not gonna be doing no community tabs to go and hang out with people and do parasocial interactions. I'm gonna limit that to only Q&As. And I'm not gonna do any Patreon because I'm not gonna ask to pay for videos. I'm gonna just upload and be consistent here on YouTube and not have to complain about not getting monetized and all that stuff. That's it. New videos coming out.
There's the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos, comment. There used to be rating the videos, and there's dislike. There's a funny jokes where it doesn't correlate, like subscribe to the dislike button, subscribe to the like button, subscribe to the comments, subscribe to rating, rate the ratings, rate the dislikes, rate the likes, rate the comments, rate the notification bell.